Hey there YouTube, this is sjm4306 back with another review. This time it's a twofer. I was contacted once again. I've reviewed like maybe two or three other things in the past. The company's name is Noevsbig, Neovsbig, and they're an Amazon seller, and they make a lot of like solder related stuff, which is like 100% right up my alley. This is stuff that honestly I'd be happy just paying, to buy it for myself, but they offered to send it in for review, so I thought, why the heck not? So they sent me yet another model of magnetic helping hands, and this one has two arms, the like hot air kind of clamp arm holder thing, and then two longer arms as well as the base. These are great for soldering. I really cannot recommend these enough. These are not too cheap. This one in particular I think is like 68 bucks. There may or may not be a coupon. I don't remember off the top of my head. But honestly, if you solder enough, getting one of these will absolutely pay for itself within a couple jobs. So yeah, I love these. I have one on my bench, like the largest one that they sell, with like all the arms and a vise and all this stuff, and I use it constantly now. It is one of the best things that I've ever gotten. The other thing is very useful. I built one of these before as a small project. But it definitely would have been much easier just to buy one. This guy is a fume extractor. It's so that when you solder, the fumes that come off the smoke, it's really bad to breathe that. So this guy will suck it obviously away from your face, but it doesn't just expel it behind it into the room. It has a like activated charcoal filter in the back, so it'll take out some of the particulates and it'll react with some of the smoke. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% efficient, so you probably still, if you're going to be soldering a lot and you're making like a lot of smoke, you should probably get something with like a HEPA filter or whatnot. But this is at least good for getting the smoke immediately out of your face. So better than nothing. This guy's pretty cheap. Last I checked, I think it was like 30 bucks, like $29.99, something like that. So yeah, possibly useful. And this guy is like DC powered, but I believe this just runs off of like, I don't know, 5 or 12 volts, so shouldn't be that hard to whack something together with like a battery bank to power this guy, but we'll take a look at this in a sec. Let's look at the magnetic helping hands first. So this comes with, like I said, all the so apparently this is a thank you sheet. Oh, they also make a hot air gun. That's very cool. All very useful tools. They have like a, looks like a soldering gun sort of thing that that dispenses solder while you solder. Okay, I just confused myself. Anywho, they have like another, like a board holder that rotates. That's interesting. This is the one that I have, and it is awesome. Anywho, yeah. So here, I guess just some examples of how to hold boards and whatnot. These little cone things, oh my god, I love these. I use them almost every day at work, and I use them quite a bit at for my hobby kind of stuff too. But yeah, it comes with 6 of them. Wow, okay, yeah, that wasn't actually on, if you look at the picture, it didn't show those, so that is a happy additional thing. It comes in red, blue, and black. They're anodized. Yeah, and these are awesome. I love these. I was going to actually buy like a 10-pack of these because the other one that I have only comes with like 4 of them, and I needed more, so this is awesome. It has nice, like, very beefy, like, rubber feet, and these are like non-skid. These are really good. I have them on the bottom of my plate, and yeah, they work fantastically. Looks like I have the 2 longer arms, the 2 shorter arms, and this guy is undoubtedly the little hook claw thingy. Not sure what they're called, but anyway, it comes with a, 5-pack, even though there are 4 claws, so you get 1 extra. These are just alligator clips that snap onto the tentacle doohickeys, and they hold wires and stuff while you solder them. These are really good for like splicing wires. And last but not least, undoubtedly, this is the end of the claw hook thingy. Yep. So I'm going to actually assemble this off camera because I only have one hand. I'm holding the camera in my other hand. But before we do that, this is the metal plate, and I believe this is the same size as the other one that I have. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like a really nice decently beefy, heavy, anodized plate. I believe this is steel, so it's like decently heavy. It's not going to move around once you put those rubber feet on. This will not slide around on you while you're trying to solder. And it has their logo on the bottom edge there. Yeah, this is an awesome board. I love these. Let me assemble this real quick and then show you guys what it looks like assembled. Okay, here it is, all assembled. It takes all of like not even 2 minutes. Pretty easy. You just stick all the things on, stick the 4 pads on the bottom, screw these in, and bam, you're good to go. Yeah, these little cone things I love. Yeah, this arm thing I've used also with hot air. So I had a board situated with these little magnetic cones, like sort of flat, and then I grabbed my hot air gun with this, and then I aimed it. And so I was able to get both hands free then, because this was holding the gun aimed right at the chip I was trying to desolder. That worked really well. Yeah, the ball sockets, everything's on its own little ball socket. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you can loosen and tighten everything as well. There's these little screw things. But, yeah. To change this joint, you actually have to kind of unscrew it enough. They're little teeth that lock it in position, and then when you tighten it, then you can't move this one joint. But yeah, I absolutely love this. It's a bit pricey at like just under $70, but yeah, absolutely. I think that if you solder, you know, even semi-professionally, this is absolutely worth it. You can buy, I believe, smaller boards without like this fixture, but with the arms and then that. Like, I think if you're getting into soldering, maybe you don't need the hot air holder attachment thing, and maybe you don't need a board this large either. If you go for one of the smaller models, you know, save like 20 or 30 bucks off the price of admission. I think it's totally worth it getting one of these. Yeah, anywho, let's look at the Fume Extractor. That's the one that I'm more interested in, because I kind of want to see like how it's made, how, you know, the filter situation is and whatnot, and if I could modify it to like run off batteries or something. So let's move this out of the way and take a look at that. Okay. So here we are. We have 2 ways to place. So you can have it sideways or upright. It has rubber feet on both sides, that looks like. So they're thinking about like usability. So that's pretty cool. And let's see. Due to the limitation of the size and the it uses 3-stage filtration. That's good. Best absorption range is within 5 inches. Yeah, because obviously if you're too far away, it can't create enough like airflow and suction power in order to suck the smoke in. So you have to be within a certain range, and apparently it's 5 inches. Here we have a picture of it. It comes with an AC adapter, and because it's just AC to DC, undoubtedly you should be able to power this off of other stuff. It says 110 volts. Obviously that's for the adapter. It's not necessarily what the fan actually runs at. Anywho, looks like we have extra filters. We have 3 filters in here, so that's nice, because they are consumable. After a while they will sort of clog and then not really do their job. All their stuff is like very well made, especially given the price on this is like powder coated steel. So actually this should be magnetic. There's one way to test. Yes, it is magnetic. So absolutely you can stick this on like magnetically onto anything. That's pretty cool. I'm loving the color. It's like bright yellow too. It looks really nice. So if it does a job for like under 30 bucks, absolutely this will be a 100% recommend. Looks like a standard like computer fan, like a case fan. Gonna guess like, I don't know, 5 inches or something diameter. Yeah, you can see it has their logo on it. Can I read any of the text? 12 volts, 0.3 amps. So this is going to run off 12 volts. So if I did want to run this off a battery bank, I would need to wire in like a series boost converter, which they sell and they're pretty cheap. So I might actually do that and just have, what's the actual input cord? Oh, here we go. So it's like a DC barrel jack, I might just actually make one up, solder it, put some heat shrink around it where it's USB cord cut in half, input into a DC-DC converter, and then output to this. That should be a pretty quick project, and make this so I can use this with a power bank. You have an on-off switch there, which is pretty nice. We have rubber feet on this side and this side, so you can have it in both orientations. I suppose there's nothing stopping you from putting it on the side without any rubber feet, except for it would just move around. But yeah, and that's pretty nice so far. If you put it vertically, I mean, it could kind of tip over if you're using it, if you bump into it. Horizontally, it's a little more stable, so I'll probably end up using it horizontally. Other side is just the filter, and they designed it pretty smartly so that the tabs in the casing kind of hold the filter in. Let's pop out the filter. The filter itself is, I want to say that's like 3 millimeters thick-ish, which is like, what, 1/8 of an inch, I believe? So it's not super thick, but it's better than nothing. They say 3-stage filtration. I count this as 1 stage. So I don't know what they meant by that. Oh, maybe I'm misunderstanding. It says, and the 3-stage filtration system. They're not counting each carbon filter sponge as a different stage, are they? I have no idea what's going on with that estimation, but yeah, I would just count this as 1 stage. This isn't going to be a HEPA filter. If you're doing like industrial soldering and heavy duty, then yeah, you're going to probably want to pay to save your lungs. You're going to want to pay, either get like a filtration mask thingy going on, or pay for an actual HEPA-based air filter. Those are going to be significantly more expensive, and also the filters are going to be more expensive, but in the long run, that's probably going to be for the best. But this guy, for like just hobbyist use, this should be absolutely fine. Save your lungs. So yeah, that just fits in. It's pretty easy to fit. It goes all the way to the edge underneath the metal there. And yeah. So, let me see. We have the AC adapter here, which is actually decently small. I don't know why I was expecting the adapter to be large. It said like 300 milliamps, so even at it's 12 volts, it's not that much current. This can do up to 1,000 milliamps, so they overspec the supply at least. That's good to see. So they should last a long time. Okay, so the cord is approximately about 5 feet. So it's not like super short, not super long either. I'm gonna have to, I just realized I don't have an outlet anywhere near me. I want to test this. Let me get something set up where I can actually show solder being sucked in, and we'll test that 5-inch range, see that if that's, you know, a good range or whatnot, and see how powerful the fan is. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't know why, for some reason I thought this was the input and then the filter out the back was the output. It's actually the exact opposite. You flip this around, the air is blowing towards my hand right now, so this has to go around. I guess that sort of makes sense. It sucks it through the filter so that it immediately gets stuck in here instead of banging around inside the case. Yeah, so I have some solder here. We're just gonna do a quick test here. I'm going to heat this up. Hopefully this will be visible. Oh yeah. You can see there. Yeah, you can see by the time I get about 5 inches, the smoke is maybe not going quite through the filter. But yeah, like from this is about 6 inches, and it still seems pretty reliable. So yeah, you can see some of it starts missing it when you get too far away, but absolutely, if I'm like this close, that seems to be doing a pretty good job of catching that solder there, or the fumes rather. And yeah, now I just have a bunch of solder on my tip. I'm gonna have to clean that. Give me a sec. Okay, and here we go. So I turned it off. I had a box behind it. I don't see any obvious like particulates or anything like the smoke. But one thing I did notice is I could see some discoloration if I just take out the filter. Yeah, you could see that gray spot there. That was what you possibly could have been breathing in if you at least didn't, if you like breathed directly the smoke that the solder fumes were creating. So yeah, that is working, it looks like. Oh yeah, when you hold that at an angle, you can absolutely see. Let's see, yeah, there you go. You can see it actually did suck in quite a bit. Wow. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to see it, but yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I never actually looked on the one that I made because I put my filter after the fan. The fan blows air through the filter and then out the back, so I can't really see. But I bet you if I did open up my my solder fume fan thingy, I bet you I would see a bunch of this gray soot sort of stuff that's got in the filter. It's actually interesting. I kind of want to do that in a sec. But yeah, absolutely. This seems to pull like a decent amount of air. I just, yeah. Do the paper test. Yeah, absolutely. I think of the two of these, this guy's super useful, but also kind of expensive. I can see maybe beginners might not want to spend like close to $70 on that. But I think as a beginner, you can afford to spend like $30 to save your lungs. So yeah, absolutely. I love the idea of this little fan. I love kind of the form factor, the build, everything. I dropped it already once, and I don't see any visible damage. I don't know, maybe there is, but it seems like it's built like a tank. So that's definitely really good. And it definitely did work to suck fumes in, and it like left some of the residue on there. So that seems to be doing the job pretty well. So yeah, overall pretty happy with this. Now I'm really interested. I want to grab my solder fume extractor that I built, my project one, and see if... Okay, so here's mine. I built this quite a while ago, and it still has a charge. Hey, I called it Fume Fan. But yeah, this one keeps track of the time that it's been on, at least since the last charge. I'd run this for 40 and a half minutes. My battery's almost dead. I should charge it, apparently. And if I take out the filter, I don't know. I could definitely see something on here. I have like a different size filter, I've noticed. That one seems a lot finer. This one's more porous. Maybe there is stuff trapped in here. It's kind of hard to see. I've used this for like 40 minutes, at least since the last charge. But yeah, I don't really see anything, so maybe this isn't really filtering. Maybe I need to get this type of filter. Yeah, you can see the difference. This is much finer, so it's probably more likely to catch finer particulates. This is probably just a very coarse filter, so this might not actually be doing the job that well. But I should be able to find this type of filter and just cut it to size and stick it in the back here. At the very least, it's arguable whether this type of filtration system, because it's not actually like a HEPA filter, whether it significantly filters out the air passing through it, but it's undeniable that it pulls the air away from your face at the very least. And unless you're like soldering in the corner of a room where the air just then gets blown right back into your face, chances are that it's just going to blow it elsewhere, not directly in your area of breathing per se. But yeah, I just wanted to see if this had caught anything, and so far it doesn't really look like. It's hard to tell, but yeah, anywho, that was just an old project that I made a couple years ago. But yeah, overall, between the Fume Fan and this this solder, what do you call it? The solder helping hand station thing, pretty actually generally impressed with Noevsbig's, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, products. They seem to make pretty decent products. They have like a range of each one. They have a higher end solder fume fan thingy, which I think they show in one of the pictures or something. I don't know. But yeah, overall, like the build quality of all their stuff is like actually really decent, and their prices seem pretty reasonable. So if you guys are interested, I will have links to both of these products down below. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.